Hey, great Tuesday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas. Still in Brownsville, guys. Good morning, Katie. Good morning. Good morning, Katie. Good morning. It's good to see you, Katie. Hadn't seen you in a while. It is a beautiful day in the city of Brownsville. Nice and calm. I just gained a phone call from Houston, Texas, and I'm not going to take that sucker. So if anyone is watching from Houston, Texas, that's calling me right now, it's a bad time to call. It's just as simple. As the At the office downtown, getting ready for today. Today is the day right before the sentencing of Sylvia Atkinson. So expecting to have a great day tomorrow. I was going back and forth debating whether I should delay my trip a little bit and stay here for the verdict in regard, not the verdict, but in regards to the amount of time that the Sylvia is going to get. But should I reschedule my time around Sylvia Atkinson? So I've decided not to. I am leaving early in the morning to get to Monterrey, and probably on the road find out what the sentence, the amount of time that she's going to get is, and then I'll post from there. Very fortunate that some friends of ours are going to be out there, and they're going to keeping us abreast in regards to what's going on. I was talking to Mark, and I was telling Mark about having my maleta ready for the trip, and the only thing I have to throw in there is my laptop, but everything else is in there: t-shirts, shorts, and underwear, of course. But it's all my old stuff. So again, going to on vacation of sorts and going to dump dirty clothes along the way. Don't plan to bring them back. What you see, you'll never see again. Is the It's a good practice. I was telling Marco, my nephew from Matamoros, I was telling Marco, saying like, because he's going with me, and I said, hey, no te, llévate ropa que ya no quieres y cuando ya no la quieras, pues allá la dejas. And he goes, we don't have that luxury. And we're like, oh. And I said, well, I do thrift stores. This is from here. Yeah. One of the things that I make sure that I try to take the phone calls is when I think that there's going to be the possibility of, making some money in regards to a client calling. But when I got people calling to ask questions, and I go like, yeah, it's not working for me. I'd rather that you come to the office, and then that way it gives me the option of saying, hey, well, let me charge you a couple bucks or not. Does that make sense? And I usually don't. I mean, yesterday I had someone come in and say, hey, este, I received this bill. I received this bill from IRS, but I already sent them a payment. And I wanted to get in touch with them. I wanted to send them a letter and stuff. And I said, look, I could make you a letter. I'm going to charge you 15, 20 bucks. But I really don't think that you need a letter. I don't think that you need to remind them of anything. I just think that right now they're being very slow in the process, and I just think that you have to wait. And they probably did receive your money. Uh, the letter that you got was probably sent despite the fact that they haven't credited your account that money. So what I was trying to tell them was like, just wait, give it one more month. You've already paid the amount. It doesn't matter if they're continuing to bill you. And again, it was just too close of a time. What I'm trying to say is that I do my best not to charge people for stuff that they don't need, because it's kind of crappy. And then later on you find out, you learn that, hey, I really didn't need this, and was the guy me cobró, you know. So I'd rather not do that kind of stuff. I'd rather just say, look, guys, this is the truth. And I tell people, hey, I don't think that you need to send anything. I think that you're going to be good the way you are. But if you insist, I'll charge you, I'll take $20 from you. But I'd rather keep friends and clients happy than put a $20 bill in my pocket. What I've learned is that in time, if you have someone that's that you do well by, you do good by, they'll keep on coming back. So instead of pocketing $20, I've got a client for life. For as long as I have an office here. So instead of taking $20 from them now, probably going to wind up taking a couple $1,000s from them in the long haul, in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. I don't think that I'm going to be alive for 20 years, but let's say 5 or 10 years. So in that time, I'll probably bank like $1,000, $2,000. So I have a choice. I'll either bank today $20, or I could spread it out in the next so many years and make a whole lot more money. It's just logical. And again, no estamos en una situación tan apretada that we're trying to pinch every dollar here and there. Thanks to God. Thank you, Lord, for being so good to us. Let me catch up with the comments before I lose y'all. Good morning, Luis Salinas. Good morning, Elinda. Good morning, good morning. Buenos días, mi amigo Hector. Buenos días. Katie, getting class. This is better than class. Good morning, Meg, hermosa, hermosa. I love girasoles. Good morning, Eddie. Good morning, my man. Don't get mad at Katie. This is better than anything. She sees. Will you be here in town when Judgment Day comes, or are you going to be somewhere in the Alps or the Great Wall of China or the Amazon River? Just asking for a friend. Actually, I'm planning to go to the Amazon River, hopefully this summer. I'm trying. I remember when you got the "Que te pasa" call. That call was a surprise. That call was classic. But I knew who it was. I knew who that was because I saw the the caller ID, and let me tell you, priceless, guys, priceless. Good morning, Arroyo, my man, Arroyo, the best chess master teacher in Brownsville. Um, uh, we had a mutual friend that passed away. Had a mutual friend that passed away, and I'm still waiting to find out about the details. Uh, I'm hoping that the funeral is after I come back from Los Cabos. Este, but again, my prayers to Lucy. I love you, Lucy, and to the whole family. Este, Joe was a character. Joe always helping out in the campaigns. Greatly, greatly missed. They need to make an account to check their balance. Well, it was kind of a weird deal because he sent payment like April 13th. I mean, he literally went and paid it all, $600, something like that. And then he got this letter like April the 19th or 18th, where they were still charging him the money. And that's what had him a little bit confused. What happens is a lot of people think it's the same thing with a lot of these federal agencies. A lot of people think they get, oh, well, I sent the money early April. it's late April and they still haven't sent me a receipt or haven't acknowledged that they received the payment. Guys, that a lot of these entities they work that way. Again, going back into small business, us small business people. I mean, as soon as we get money, we either deposit it in caliente or we spend it because that's just the way our revenue flow grows. We really people in my type of business. We really, or I'm talking about me. I don't save that much money. There's not that much money to save, but I do a lot of upgrades. Today we had an electrician come by and helped us out with some outlets that were out. Inasa Electric, Inasa Electric guys. If y'all need an electrician, these guys are amazing. Luis Santibanez did a great job, and appreciate that he came by so quick and took care of a big old chunk of our problem here at the office. There's one little thing that I forgot to mention, but next time he's around, I'm gonna say, "Hey, stop by and check this." It doesn't much matter. It's a turning on and off the lights. There's a switch right there in the front. For some reason, it doesn't work. So I have to come all the way to the back and turn on the breakers and turn off the breakers. But at the end of the day, it's something minimal. Just walking a couple more steps. La flojera. Good morning, Hilda. Good morning. Because electricity is amazing. I was thinking the other day how when we were kids, we used to go to Las Negritas, San Luis Potosí. Las Negritas, San Luis Potosí, it's a little ranchito. Right now, it's a little bit more advanced. A little bit more advanced. Este, a little bit more advanced. And but back then, guys, there was no electricity, no street lights, and no restrooms with running water. You had to go out in an outhouse, and it was kind of cool back then because we'd go for like a week, and it's like we stepped back into time, and you come back appreciating being able to flip a switch on and off because those people didn't have that, and it's a awesome place to live. Now, back then, not so much. Good morning, Amelia. I was supposed to pick up some atole de calabaza. It's just a crazy couple of days. Hopefully, I could visit Amelia sometime today, or maybe she could stop by the office. I still have something for you here at the office. Oh. Honestly, and always looking for the client's best interest will business going plus a happy client, 100%. And part of it is, there's a lot of people that scam individuals like, no, got to do this. And they'll charge them money. And really, it's a disservice to people. It's a disservice to people. Shouldn't do that. Guys, got to make sure that you keep individuals happy. Actually, I have a client coming in this morning at 10 o'clock. Let me let them know that I'll be available. Where are y'all? Oh, she hasn't responded. I'll send her a message. Update on the new Cicola project and how it will impact the city. Well, let me say it's just going to be a money drain. It's that simple, guys. Ciclovia is a failed experiment that the city continues to partake in. I mean, as of right now, I think last account, I think we were down in the red $500,000 because of Ciclovia. I mean, how much more money do they need to burn away just to appease Rose Gowan? She's a crazy nut. She's loony. If anyone in the city thinks that bicycles, bike lanes are going to generate $1 of revenue for the city, you are dumb. It's not happening in any way, guys. I mean, the proof is in the numbers. We're already $500,000 down. How much more do we have to go under in order for them to realize that it's just a pet project of hers? It's a niche thing. Ah. Good morning, Erasmo. Have you heard any updates about the brush pickup in Brownsville? I saw a post to where they stated the city was going to get the extra trucks and be caught up by the end of May. Don't see this happening. Not at all. And again, guys, I just don't see it happening. Guys, we're already 6 days from this month ending. It's still a mess out there, guys. I haven't seen one other private company going out there and picking up. Uh, has anyone seen any improvement around town? I know that a friend had posted that they finally came to pick up her mess. But again, guys, why do we have to wait months and months? And again, now we're going to have to pay an increase. So at the end of the day, we're still paying for it. Uh, there was an article that came out that our trash pickup fees were going to be increased by PUB again and again. For what? Gracias, bro. Bruno's Diaz, Bruno's Diaz, Frank, Bruno Mars. Bah. You can get. I better not get sick before the trip. You could get smart bulbs turn off with your phone. But it's these the LED lights. Maybe I can get a smart LED lights. I'm not that advanced to get the smartphone. Huh? Yeah. It's kind of funny, Mike, but I literally have boxes and boxes and boxes of these long light bulbs. I mean, boxes of them. A friend of mine donated it, and we got boxes and boxes of them. Don't know you know what to do with them. Are you going to the courthouse or not? I am not. I am not going. I am not going to rearrange my schedule because of Sylvia Atkinson. And as much as my heart longs to be there when they give her all those years in federal jail,
Imagine you just sitting there looking at her
uh,
smiling.
let me tell you, I actually looked at her when during the court trial because I went I think one day at the last day, and it was just trippy, just looking over, and she'd look over and see who was in the audience, and I'm going like, you biatch, you, she's a horrible individual, and I'm so glad that she's going to get finally get tomorrow what she deserves. And I'm hoping that more indictments come out so more individuals can get what they deserve. Let me tell you guys, este, she went after me like nothing, like nobody's business, guys. And all the way from having sex with a student in a car, all the way to censoring me from speaking, from taking part, from stopping me from stepping onto any BISD campus or property. Let me tell you, she did everything she could. So, Sylvia, I'm still here. I'm not going away, but you sure as heck are. And guess what? I am ecstatic that you are going to the pen, baby. So ecstatic. Because if there's anyone that deserves to be in federal prison, it's Sylvia. So super ecstatic, super happy. But I'm not going to rearrange my schedule anymore. Actually, the reason that I decided to leave this week was because she was supposed to be sentenced last week. So again, guys, I'm not going to be changing and changing and changing my schedule all for her. Don't eat any more worms or crickets on your trip. I think that's what got you sick last time. Let me tell you, no crickets, no worms, and no ant eggs. No huevos de hormiga. Huevos de hormiga. How can you tell if it's a boy ant or a girl ant? It's just crazy. But the food was pretty bad. I don't get a lot of these people that, oh, yes, crickets. Like, no, I started to look up some restaurants that I wanted to hit. I was telling Mark this morning about some restaurants that I wanted to try out. But then all of a sudden I saw like 400 and 600 and 300. I go like, oh, pesos. And then it said USD. And it said dollars. And we're like, oh, I don't think so. I don't think I want to go to those restaurants. Guys, I don't want my meal to be more expensive than my trip. So nah, I'm going to go hit the mom and pop little shops out there and eat some good food. Maybe just one fancy restaurant. I don't know. Feeling cute. Might try it. I don't know. Ciclovia, it sucks. It does suck. Guys, no one would go. Rose would go out there to the city commission meeting and go out there and say, oh, well, we had 5,000 people at Ciclovia. That's bullcrap. It's a big lie. There's never been 5,000 people at Ciclovia. I think the most I counted was like 50. And I think half of those or 75% of those were city employees who had to be there. And that's even despite the fact that they were, at one point, they were giving out bicycles. I mean, that's how much money these people piss away on a defunct, on a bullcrap event like Ciclovia. And so, guys, I mean, it's not that I can't stand Rose Gowan, because everyone knows that I can't. It's just that we're continuously pissing away good money for bad. Makes no sense whatsoever. Another project supported by the representative that doesn't care about real issues like a bench and shelter for bus stops. Yet, yes, bikes events a necessity. It makes no sense. Again, that which benefits the community as a whole is placed on standby. No one even gives it a second thought. That which benefits very few individuals, like stupid Ciclovia, that one gets all the money it wants. It makes no sense whatsoever. And it gets their attention. Uh, Before I get more posts from the mayor, guys, I don't make a lot of the memes that I put on my page. I think I make like 1% of the memes that go on my page. 1% probably is stuff that I'm posting on there. Every so often I'll post a little bit. But guys, the bulk of the stuff that comes in is on that page, especially the memes, which are hilarious, hilarious. They come from the community, and let me tell you, I saw that one where Mayor Mendez ducked the interview for from the New York Times. It's just very, very unfortunate. I'm surprised that he did that. As the not like him, he usually doesn't avoid the national press. So I don't know what happened there. But again, it goes to what I've been saying as a recent. They've been too quiet. All the politicos here in Brownsville have been too quiet these past couple of weeks. I was speaking with someone who whispers in my ear, according to some folks. I was speaking to someone who whispers in my ear, and they stated that the reason that we weren't hearing from the mayor was because the election is basically over. So they don't have to put up a front like, "Oh, we're working for you." And as much as I that is a self-serving idea, I don't think that that's the case. I think it is something a little bit deeper and a little bit darker. I think that the reason that we hear very little from the mayor and hardly anything from the district attorney's office, from Texas Southmost College, from the Port of Brownsville right now is because everyone's waiting to see what happens tomorrow. See who else is mentioned, who else is going to be indicted, who else is going to be brought to the forefront. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. Um, Bless you. Thank you. I think that was for my sneeze. Thank you, Papa. Oh, why is it the city has contracts with private companies to do city work? Is it because we don't have enough city workers? City roads being paid by private company, trash pickup by private company.